I'm hydrating, guys. I got some sun today. Kind of excited about it. I got some sun with my mother. Hey, Liz Tricks. Hey, Mods. Lacey Silver. Hey, babe. Hey, Tiffany Murfitt. Tracy Colby is here. Why don't you sit up here, though? But maybe you could sit up here, really smart and everything. Hey, Diana H. Can you imagine if a brand new person were watching right now and I just changed my voice? They're probably like, what in the schizophrenia? What was that? I was like, hey, everybody, why don't you sit up here though? Like, they were probably like, whoa, and I'm out of here. And I would be too. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. I kind of forget about the fact that like there could be new people here. And I don't realize there's even haters here. And there are. And it's weird. Mimi, welcome in. Donna Cooper. Hey, babe. Robin Miners, Puka Vista. Pat Jonas, BB, Liz Tricks. Liz Tricks is very getting close to her countdown on retiring. Hey, Bada Bing, I haven't seen you for a minute. Hey, Megan Roberts. Mimi, did you see Yardia? Buffy. Hey, Hope Between the Dreams. I haven't seen you for a minute either. Hey, babe. Hey, Joanne Hawley. Scientology up north. Marie Marion. Jojo. I get it, Jojo. Is she going live? I guess I didn't know that. Hey, I am Charlene. I don't ever say that right. Jason, welcome in. Kim is Blue is here. Okay, I just caught up. Hey, Jan. Rachel Sandy. Mary Barons, it is your birthday today. Happy birthday to Mary Barons, guys. Lumen's birthday. We had a lot of birthdays. Hey, Pebbles, welcome over. Where is everybody? There they are. Hey, Marissa Martin. Okay, I'm just trickling, letting people. Yeah, I missed you too, Hope. Monica McCoy. Hey, babe, I'm happy to see you again. All right. Well, I'll just say hi to people as they trickle. You know what the problem is? I was on time. I should have been late. I think people, when I set up the time, they're like, I have 5 minutes at least to get there before she gets there. I'm sorry I wasn't late today. Hey, Debbie Zito, in God we trust. Jen Finberg, call me Shell. Okay, sorry about that. Really sorry. I love your red hair. You look like you live in a woodland creature forest in a good way, like where Gert came from. Tracy Colby, welcome in. I know, Mimi, that threw everybody off that I was on time and then nobody else showed up. Guys, I have thoughts. It's the end of the month. It's the last day of the month, I think. Am I right about that? Yeah, tomorrow is April 1st. Jennifer Ogle, by the way, I just want to say this to people who are, hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl, side note. If you're suffering from allergies, I've never tried this in my life, and I think it's working. Diana Coe. That was weird. Can you hear me? Mother's Revenge. Thank you so much. Diana Coda. Hey, can you guys hear me? My screen just flashed black and it said, looks like your mic is muted. And I was muted. They're watching us. Of course they're watching us. Hey, Kim Leaf. Okay, that was super weird. Like my screen went black. That was weird. It was weird. MJ, welcome in. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. Hope the job hunt's going good for you, babe. Guys, so just a side note, because I am a major, that was weird, Marissa. I'm a major allergy, so strange, Pebbles, allergy sufferer. As I've gotten older and different locations. Hey, Tennessee girl, I have bad spring and fall allergies. Okay, Shell. Hey, just as I am. Has everybody chilled out or are they still panicking, having a Lent panic? I think everybody's calmed down. Hey, Iwa. Nora's went black. Okay, that's weird. They're up to no good, I tell you. They're up to no good. Tashbits. That's so weird, West Coast. Never tried this before, this remedy, and it seems to be working. So I bought some local honey, some real local honey, and I've been doing like a spoon of it, but I don't like, who likes honey straight? Unless it's like the high fructose corn syrup kind where there's no honey in it, then it's delicious. But like real honey, this is kind of gritty. And hey, Henry's World today, Wisconsin, Barb. It's kind of gritty and it has like it's not super sweet. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not my favorite thing. So I dipped the spoon in right before I'm about to load the dishwasher. I know, BB, but it's been working. So I dip the spoon in and then I pull the spoon out. So I don't like grab a spoonful like this. I just directly vertically dip it in and then I spin it, the spoon, until it's not drippy. And I slowly just put it in my mouth and put it in there. And then, hey, Melissa, I just want to say though, I think thanks RSM. I think it's working because so I have to take Zyrtec and I do a Flonase nasal spray at night. Okay, Pebbles, I could see that. Have you guys noticed that I'm not having to blow my nose all the time? I've noticed it. I've noticed that I don't have to mute the stream as much to blow my nose. It's not all drippy and I'm not sneezing as much. So I really like my voice sounds a little weird and I think that's an allergy thing, but I really believe in it now. Like I've heard people say it my whole life. They're like local honey, local honey. Interesting, Mother Revenge. It's because the local bees spread the local pollen, therefore you build up an immunity when you take it. I've heard that, Monica. I just have never tried it. And I've only been doing it for maybe a week. No, more than a week. I mean, like 7 to 9 days, maybe a week and a half almost. And it's really changed for me. It's made a difference. So for those of you, because it's full blown spring here, I know Tommy is even having issues in Ecuador. He should get, I don't know if do they have bees there? I have no idea. Hey, Mama Bear. Sophia says honey is a game changer. I had bad pollen allergies one year and I didn't eat much honey. Interesting. It's weird, but I mean, I can understand why that works. So that's just a side note. It's just a side thing I wanted to bring up for anyone who is suffering with allergies because it's bad. Allergies are so bad. Huxley, thankfully, doesn't get them terribly. I don't know that kids get them really. I mean, I don't know. He gets them a little bit and then he'll take a Zyrtec. I'll give him a Zyrtec, but hey, Cheap Chick, but he's not like an allergy sufferer like a lot of us are. And I'm so grateful for that. He may develop into one. I mean, hey, Lisa Renfro. I mean, I can remember not having allergies really bad. And then as I got older and I got a little older, it got bad. And then depending on where you live, and I used to just get them in the fall, and now it's like full blown in the spring and the fall. Hey, William, Kim is blue. Tomorrow's April Fools plus the full moon, pink moon. Interesting. Hey, Roulette. Yeah, so I want to talk about that because I don't know how many of you were here yesterday. I thought we had a really interesting conversation yesterday, and it's kind of kept my mind going. Interesting, Jojo. A lot of things can change every 7 years, I've heard, like your skin, too. Hey, Abigail. That's okay, Abigail. You take a rest, girl. I thought yesterday's stream was interesting for many reasons. Hey, Haggis. And it's got me thinking more and more. Jerry Ellen, welcome in, babe. It just has me thinking more and more about just what we were sharing. I do not, William. And I liked. I'm not getting into the religious stuff today, but it kind of pertains to that as far as like we all believe in something or nothing, or even believing in nothing to me is believing in something. If you're like nothing happens when you die, you're dead and you're gone. Whatever, that's what you believe in. That's your belief, and that's fair and fine, and I respect it. But we all, okay, Jen, we all believe something. And so I was asking you guys yesterday, hey, Armine, I was asking you guys yesterday, I asked you to put a 1 in the chat or say yes or whatever when I said, do you believe in whether it's God or whatever? It's not trying to get, this isn't a God thing. But do you believe that when you die, you have to answer for what you've done in life? And a lot of you said yes. A few of you said no. And then a couple of you said it's more like a life review. It's not like you're answering for something. And I liked all of those answers. And of course, none of us are going to know, and no one's wrong. No, William, I don't. Hey, Christian. That sucks, Scientology up north. Thanks for scaring the hell out of me. So my question is, so then yesterday we went into a little bit. I like the idea of that. Like, do you have to answer for what you've done? Do you have to stand up to something and like explain yourself or why you did what you did? Or I even like the idea of a life review. I can kind of imagine what that would be like. I'm sure all of us can kind of yes, William, I'm chubby, so I don't work out. Hey, Slot Puppy. I really need to hear you right now. Great topic. Slot Puppy, I'm glad you're here then. Please join us. Um, so a life review sounds kind of interesting to me. The point is, I was saying yesterday, I don't think I want to do too many bad things just because what if you do have to answer for what you've done? But then we started to go down the path of William, I don't know why you're being weird. I mean, you're not going to get kicked out for it, but you're being weird and it's standing out. I'm not going to get naked for you on YouTube. I mean, first of all, if I were going to do that, you'd have to send me at least $100 super chat. Nothing's free, dude. So then we went down this rabbit hole of like, you know how people statuses in life, I don't know about other countries, but in America, every like status, right? Like everybody's like, I have this and I have that. And oh, we live in that neighborhood. And oh, we're in that rich county. And people love to do that. They love to throw that shit in your face. And it kind of got me thinking what we talked about yesterday. I want to know what your spiritual status is. Like that's important to me. I want to know what your spiritual status is. Um, that was funny. We can put a price on anything, can't we? Roulette Master, if a man is saying, show us your body. Yeah, we're going to put a price on that. Again, that's why the haters get mad at me for getting super chats. And I'm like, it's my job. Nothing's free. Do you work for free? Like, get the fuck out of here. Hey, Reese, can you get naked and take your shirt off? Of course. Of course I'll do that. I don't have a problem doing that. I've been married 20 times. Everybody's seen it, right? But there is a velvet rope at Club Reese now. So not just anyone can get in. Nothing's free. You want to pay me $100? I might take something off. But it starts at 100. So tickets, come get your tickets to the Naked Chubby Show. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Holly. So what is your spiritual status? So then it got me thinking, I started thinking more and I was like, you need to get an approval note from Tommy. Oh no, we would take that $100 and go out to eat on that. He'd be happy. He'd be like, you showed Mickey and Minnie. All right, babe, let's eat. No, he wouldn't like that. I'm sure he's that kind of a guy. He's toxic, toxic masculinity. Yeah. So hold on, guys. Stay with me now because I'm trying. I put in a different contact today and I hate it. It's too large and it is sliding around my eye and it's been. What the heck? Why are you staring at me? Speaking of judgment. Megan Roberts. Really, Tawny? Speaking of having to answer for things, what happens, she says, when you die is simply this. I'm not sure, Marissa. She says, when you die, I'm going to be sitting there next to the Lord. It'll just be me and Christ and the Lord. And I will side eye the hell out of your ass. And she says, the Lord is going to be saying, it's okay. Hey, Heather Huckleberry. And she says, but I will be saying, no, actually, it's not. And you make me sick. Punky, that's terrible. She says, it will be the three of us that decide your fate. And if you get past me, that's your lucky, lucky bird. Punky, I don't think the Lord wanted you to judge people like that. I'm pretty sure. And she says, I can do whatever the hell I want here on earth. I am of the Lord, and you guys are less than. Okay, that's horrible. Okay, I'm pretty sure that that's not what the Lord wanted. I knew that you were born next to the Lord, but still, I don't. Oh, dainty. Really, Tawny. Hey, Original Anne. Did you know that you were this small, though? Did you know that you were never going to grow and the Lord was going to say, let there be frosted mini wheats with eyeballs? Did you know that the Lord said that before he said, let there be light, and that you're in every Bible at Sunday service? She says, of course I knew this. I was there. Okay. That's a lot to take in. She is, Diana H. She's bored of all of us. Okay, so back to the real thing here. I need to know, guys. I need to know things. I have a question. So I start thinking, I'm like, your spiritual status, mine's a little iffy, to be honest. Hey, Anita Card, what did we learn the month of March? Was there anything that anyone would like to share, that they grew from or that they understand more about themselves or others? And I know that I learned a few things, right? And then I started, hey, Pamela, I started thinking more about it, right? I was like, the biggest thing that I always learn, at the end of every month, that train is never late. I'm like, oh yeah, the biggest thing we always learn, right, is bitches ain't shit. Love you, Heather Huckleberry. So there's that, you add that to the list and you got to pay the piper, right? You teach a man to fish, there certainly isn't going to be an iron team. And I know that too. Hey, Kevin. So my question is also, the Scientologists don't allow people other than themselves to make a living. Sort of. They're weird about it. Hey, I rule. Club SYP. What is SYP? I learned the only thing that matters is your attitude. Keep that in check and the rest falls in place. I like that, Jerry. And then to add to that, bitches ain't shit. So here's the other thing, guys. I have a question about, I started thinking about this whole, do we have to answer for the things that we've done? And what is our, hey, Meredith Lynn, good for you, babe. What is our spiritual status? So you put those two things, right? You glom those things together. And then I had a question, and it dawned on me about an hour ago when I was sitting in the sun with my mom on our walk. And hey, Sigrid, Huxley? Your brother is at the window crying. Can you go let him in? He's at the front door. Seamus, it's 75 degrees out. The sun's out. Easter is in a few days. Like, what could you be complaining about? What could be the worst thing? Your life is not that rough. Oh, Anita Card for sure. Hey, Katie did it. So my question is simply this. Hey, Roy, we get what we reap, not what we deserve. Nobody owes us anything. Reap what you sow. Okay, well, thank you. And again, sir, thank you for your service. So I have a question. I know I've been saying this for 18 minutes now. We're only 18 minutes in. I feel like I've been here for 3 hours. Hey, Katie Fulton. I do too, Pamela. I do too. Not everybody believes that you have to answer for things that you've done. I think there's some form of it. Like Original Ann said, there could be a life review. It could be that. None of us know. I don't know. But I tend to believe that. Do you ever just have, Scientologists would call it, this is a word in Scientology, a knowingness? A knowingness is intuition, like your gut telling you. I have a clear knowingness that like nobody gets away with anything. That's my own weird personal thoughts on that. I don't think that Beach Bum Beagle, I have not seen you in a long time. Welcome in. I don't feel like, when people will die or something, they'll get old and people will be like, I can't believe they skated through that and scot-free and they were just Teflon and they got away with it. I don't believe that. I never feel that way. And I couldn't tell you why I feel that way. It's not like I know something the rest of you don't, but I get this impression that like nobody gets away with anything. Like, I don't know. Hey, Marty Jewell, if it's karma, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just have that like gut feeling that if you were a terrible person, you don't just die and like get off, right? You don't just win. Yeah, Monica, I don't know why. And if the reason I keep saying that is if you were to say to me, like, why do you say that? I don't know. I don't know. There's consequences here on earth too, West Coast, but I think there's consequences when you die. I do. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it entails. I couldn't articulate it if you asked me to, but it's one of those things I just feel, hey, Moozy, I just feel it. I just feel like whenever somebody says like, "Oh my god, they got away with it." It's like, I would not bet on that. I don't bet on that. I don't worry about people who are awful or evil to us or any of those things. Is there life after death? I believe there probably is some kind of it. I don't think anybody's ever just gone, but I just don't when I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone be like, I can't believe it. They got away with it. It's like, no, 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 no. They didn't. And here's the thing too. I thought about this with the jesters, right? Um, and Audra, I know you have actually, girl. She says, I've been hurt by so many that don't care and never pay any price. Here's the thing though, Audra, I have a question for you. I'm glad that you said that. I'm sorry that's happened to you, but I have a question for you, Audra, because I struggled with this big time in my last marriage. And most of you know what the jesters are. You have an idea. It's a very culty, invite only, secret group that my ex-husband was in. And it's very highly debaucherous. And the guys cheat on their wives. Hey, Bunny. And I'm actually glad you're here, honey, but you're probably going to leave. The guys cheat on their wives and they're terrible. They're awful people. And they pawn themselves off as like the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Just there's nobody better. That's what they told me, right? Like that's what they sell themselves at. I always thought because they would go cheat on their wives, I'd see these guys at these parties and how happy they were. And I thought they get away with it. In the beginning, I was like, they get away with this shit. Right? It's in plain sight too, right? Like it's right in plain, they are hiding in plain sight. And I would get so angry when he would go to those sorry, my ringer's not off. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, it's crazy. Ellie is texting me and saying, how much is this? It's something in my booth and I don't have a tag on it. Nice. I hope it sells. That's exciting. Babe, can you stick around for just a second? I want to ask you, I want to ask everybody this. So in the beginning, I was like hurt beyond belief, broken, like just heartbroken when he would go to these parties. And he would go for days and days and days at a time. And I knew what he was doing. And he wouldn't have his phone. And, all these women and all the shit going on. And I just thought, I felt so small, I guess, if I'm, like inadequate. And I felt like I'm not giving him what he must need because he's going to get it somewhere else. I just cut myself down. And then after a couple of years went by and I really got to see these guys in their true colors at these parties, I thought, have you guys seen The Devil's Advocate? Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Al Pacino plays the devil. And all these people, hey, Gemini girl, are in this movie, kind of like Jester style, right? Or even Eyes Wide Shut, right? Stanley Kubrick. They're all in their fancy clothes and they've got their champagne and they're doing all this stuff. Hey, P. Taylor, but they're miserable. And it makes me think of, hey, Christine, the people in The Devil's Advocate they were evil. They were actual, I was gonna say goblins. What would you call them? They're satanic. They're like demons. That was the word I was looking for. Goblins came. Yeah, it was, Shelley. And so it would show them, their faces would twist and change. They'd turn into demons and you could see it in the movie. Hey, Kestrel. That's how I look at people who are like, they have it all and they're a part of this weird sex cult. And I used to think they made it. I'm so pissed these assholes cheat on their wives. They get away with it. They're off partying. They make all this money. Like they have it all. They don't. It dawned on me one day and I thought, oh my God, they're miserable. They have to be. To cheat on your wife like that, to travel around worrying about police and law enforcement, right? Catching you paying for prostitutes, crossing state lines, right? Getting wasted, screwing up your liver and your internal organs, being a horrible, probably father. A lot of these guys had kids. Like, they're absolute losers. They're miserable. Like, a lot of people will say, I'd rather be poor and like happy with my family than this like rich lifestyle. Jojo, right? Like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? It really occurred to me one day. I was like, these guys aren't happy. I'm married to one of them. They are miserable. They're cowards. They're hiding. They flee when the lights come on like cockroaches, right? Like, they're not good people, and they have dark hearts. Do you think they're just like high on life, happy, grateful for the things they have? Like taking good care of their loved ones. I rule. I just really thought about that. So Audra, if you're still here, hey Alana, if you're still here, Jazine, welcome in. Audra is a great example because she said, no, they didn't get what they deserve. People have been horrible to me my whole life, and it never came back on them. Even a form of it, hey, Heather, a form of it coming back on you, isn't it just that you're miserable? I don't want to live miserably. Oh, I just messed that up. There we go. I need to just use my mouse. I think those people are just sociopaths and have no idea what they are. I think they're living a normal life and don't care who they have left in their path. Right. That's absolute truth, girl. But they're not happy doing it. Gertie is snoring so loud. Hey, Panda. Hey, Linda Garden Lady. Unhappy weasels. I'm just saying they're rotting inside. There's no question. You couldn't convince me otherwise. They are rotten on the inside. They're hollow and they're rotten individuals. So as many smiles and nice cars and parties and all that shit, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. They're evil. They're demonic. I don't see anything else. They're empty souls. Drugs or cheating or any of those kind of vices are a way to forget who and what you are for a brief period of time. It's peace by the gram or by the event. It's a way to forget. That is so true, babe. That is such a good point. They're skating by and they're bandaging this stuff by harming other people, like Audra said, right? Like she was hurt. She was in the path of this destruction. Hey, Lilac Lime. And I didn't say they don't hurt people in their path. I know that. Yeah, and that's a good point. But they don't believe they are. No amount of that, drugs or sex or crime or cash, can fill the void inside of them. Trust me, I tried for 3 decades. I love you. I love you too. You don't have to leave, but I understand. I think that's very true. And that's what Tommy is saying. I agree with so much. Like the jesters, Scientologists who are evil, people who are abusing animals, kids, seniors, any of those things. Do you think they're happy inside? I think they're terrified and paranoid probably all the time too, that they're going to get found out. Don't you? People who are actually committing crimes, abusing people, their wives, their kids, their spouses, whatever it is. Don't you think they're nervous? Like they probably live a bit of a paranoid lifestyle too. Those jester guys, I think, live a very paranoid life. I was looking up one of them today who is still a Kansas City Circuit Court judge. He's a judge in Kansas. There's 2 of them in Kansas City. He's a jester. That's fucked up. That's really, really, really fucked up. There's so many people that try to force their religion on others when it should be between you and God. People should mind their own business. Oh, to the fullest. I agree with that, Roulette Master. Unfortunately, people don't do it, but I agree with you. I did get one good lunch in when I told my brother that he's bankrupted me, stole my home, manipulated my mom against me. So now I have nothing and no one, but he's still a lying, evil thief and my molester. Audra, I am so sorry. I already knew that about you because you've shared it here before, but I am so, so sorry. Hey, Jen O, there's nothing that you can do to fix that. And when you abuse a person like that, hey, Chef, you can't take it back. The damage is done. And Audra, I'm really, really sorry. I'm terribly sorry. There's nothing I can say outside of that. I'm sorry. Tommy is 100% right. His channel helped me see I was using food. I remember this to hide from my self-hate. So I became someone I could love and left my toxic behavior behind. That's huge. Megan Roberts. Hey, happy days. Do you guys hear her? We in the chat do get what we deserve. We get you, Reese and Tommy and Johnny, to march us through our days and joy. I love that, Chef. You're so kind. I don't know if Tommy's going to do a show on Tiger Woods. I sent Tommy a funny meme though the other day. What did it say, babe? It was just silly. What was that? Oh, a lion would never drive under the influence, but a tiger would. Dad joke. Cheesy. Cheese-tastic. Do I have a psychology degree? And if so, how much do I charge? I wish I had a psychology degree. I wish that I had been a therapist. I really, really do. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I just got behind. Okay. I hope the judges' names are released. I mean, I'm not going to release them, but yeah, they might be someday, I'm sure. Starts on $100. Yeah. Tickets. Come get your tickets. Tickets. Yeah, the BTK killer was the church president, for goodness sakes. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Roulette Master. Dennis Rader was his name. I was pretty fascinated with him because I lived in Kansas and he was in Wichita. Roulette Master, let's nail everybody to a stake because BTK believed in God. I find you a bit offensive if you want to know the truth. What? Why is that offensive? I don't understand. Did I miss a comment? It's offensive because he believed in. I'm confused. Hey, Stacy. So my next question is this, because I'm not going to get that probably corrected for me, and I don't know what happened. My next question is this. Still learning as, hey, Angel, still learning as you with the religion. I guess it was coming to my mind right now is, Tracy, I don't understand your comment. He's joking. Okay, he's joking. Angel started therapy today. I'm dealing with complex trauma, PTSD from narcissistic mother for years. Got a lot of healing to do. Guys, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Congratulations to you, Angel. I hope this is a wild, incredible ride for you. I love, love, love therapy. And I highly, highly promote it. I know it's not something everybody can afford, and I hate that. Hey, Punisher. Therapy has helped me and Huxley so much. So I'm really happy for you. And obviously, you've shared more of your background here. And I hope that all helps you bring things together. That's amazing. Tracy, you're not offending anyone. I think he was joking. Pamela, thank you for the super sticker. Wow. That's a big super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, my friend. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, BTK posed as he was like a deacon of his church. So, okay, this is my question, guys. This is my question, is the title of this. I don't know if I believe in karma, but that kind of goes hand in hand with you get what you deserve. You know what they call it in Scientology? I do, Jerry Ellen. Thank you. And I love you too. You know what they call it? What LRH says? My dad has been saying this to me since I was as long as I can remember. You inflow what you outflow. Kind of a weird saying, but that's how they say it in Scientology. You inflow what you outflow. The other weird thing that they used to say in Scientology, they use the word protest a lot in Scientology, but not how you guys use it in the real world. Like my father-in-law, my mother-in-law used to say this to me all the time. Don't protest it. It just means don't fight against it. Don't say no. Don't go against it. But for whatever reason, they use the word protest in lieu of that. So I would be I would say, I'd be I am protesting this headache. That's how you would talk in Scientology. It's weird, but we use that word all the time. It's a very widely used term. And so Scientologists would always say, and LRH would say this, you're going to pull in. So you're going to inflow whatever you protest. And I always thought that was weird because I was then why are we so anti-psychiatry? You protest psychiatry and Scientology if you're going to get what you protest. My father-in-law, Doug, used to say that to me all the time. He'd go, don't do that. You're going to get what you protest. If you protest that, you're going to get it right back to you. And I thought, Scientology is so hypocritical. There's so many things that like they say is an absolute, but it doesn't apply to this. It's weird as shit. It's so weird. Hey, happy days. Energy doesn't disappear. Your soul is energy. God will recycle your soul. I came into this world as a combination of souls. I remember two of them. Interesting. That's fascinating. And thank you for the super chat. I don't disagree with that for sure. Energy does not disappear. I understand being excited and wanting to share with others. I just know a lot of people that constantly tell us what they should believe. I'm not for that either. Especially being, hey, Rhonda, especially being a former Scientologist. Um, Protest refers to a read on the e-meter. Yes, it can, but this is a different definition used in Scientology. So like I just gave you that example. My in-laws used to constantly be like, "Don't protest that. You'll pull it in." Like I would use that in a sentence saying, "I'm protesting my headache. I'm protesting this decision." We used to in my neck of the woods. See, this is why I don't speak for other Scientologists, and I don't say this is across the board. This is exactly what my lane is and how I grew up. So like they would say it, my dad said it all the time, like, "Are you protesting that?" Like it's yes, it's also used in session, of course. Did you protest that? Right. I know I realize that's a listed question, but it's also something that my family said all the time, and it may be different for other people. Scientology twists themselves up to make sense of the nonsense. They do, but Kim, it's very hypocritical because what works here doesn't work here, is all I'm saying. Keep asking questions. West Coast, I appreciate that. And I was thinking about that also yesterday that people unsubscribed. Thank you for your super chat, babe. People unsubscribed over sorry. People unsubscribed yesterday over it. Over me asking questions about Lent. Hey, Linda, and Easter and just why we celebrate it and what the can you hear her snoring? Okay, she stopped. Nope. She kind of did it again. Hey, Jenny, Jin. There she went. Are you kidding me? People unsubscribed over the conversation we were having. What in the world? Oh my God, that's so loud. Can you guys hear it? It's so loud. Yeah, here's the thing, Jerry Ellen, and this is such a fact with me being a YouTuber. I don't know about other creators. I could speak for Tommy. It's funny to me that she snores that loud and Bo doesn't snore at all. And he's like this 85-pound dog. It's so cute. It's so cute, Stacey. It's like it would be like if like a locust or like a little cricket were snoring. That's what it sounds like. It's like a little bug. Hey, Wine. By the way, thank you for being one of the only people in my life to pronounce my name correctly. So many people have said that to me over the years of being a YouTuber. They're like, nobody pronounces my name right. I think that's, hey, DS Kitty. That's probably because my real name is Marisa. And my dad, hey, Natalie, my father started calling me Reese at like 2 because so many people would say Marissa. And he'd go, no, it's Marisa. And people would go, Marissa. And it's like, no, Marissa has 2 S's. So I'm weird about and sensitive to like wanting to pronounce her name correctly. I wasn't allowed to ask questions. Now, as a healing adult, I question everything. And I love that. And so, yes, yesterday, a bunch of people, not a bunch, I got like 8 people unsubscribed. Hey, Donna Folker, because I assume that's why they unsubscribed right during that conversation of me asking questions about God and what the beliefs are this time of year and what Armine, except Yardia. Holy Lord, it sounds like a little lawnmower. Sorry, Heather Huckleberry. It's so intolerant, right? And I love, love, love that West Coast Fancy Nancy. Thanks, Mimi. That so loud. Do you guys hear it? Sounds like a little Barbie lawnmower. So cute. He's no, yeah, and it could be her age. She never used to snore. She needs a mouth guard. Reese is it's either me farting or it's her. Yeah, that's I can't, Shelly. I'd have to pick up the whole computer. It's so cute. It's so dainty. Oh, sorry. We didn't mean to wake you up, Punky. It's so cute. She's Punky. Punky. Glenda, no one's laughing at you. No one's making fun, Punky. You're really dainty, and that's how the Lord wanted it. Really small. You never used to snore. I think it's an age thing for her. Oh my God. Reese, those could have been random people across the world that were cleaning up their subscriptions. Don't necessarily. Yes and no. Debbie, I disagree with you on that one. So as a seasoned YouTuber at this point, if I lose a chunk all at once like that, I will always, every day of me having this channel, I will always lose subs. It always does this. And mainly I lose. I don't ever really gain. But when you lose a fat chunk, like if I sometimes will do a stream and I'll end my stream and I will have lost 25 people in an hour. That is not that. That's not just random people unsubscribing all over the world. But yeah, throughout the day, I'll lose 2 and then I'll gain 1 and then I'll lose 4 and then I'll gain 2 and then I'll lose 6. It does that. But when it's a good night, Scientology. Oh, Jojo. Good night, Jojo. Love you. It's just the name of the game. I don't care. But when you lose a chunk like that in the middle of a stream, it kind of tells me that. Yeah, absolutely, Monica. And I agree with this. Keep in mind that not everybody is mature enough to have a real decent open conversation about substantial things. That's true too. And I saved something today actually that I feel like I saved it. Let me look. Dang, I don't think I did. Did I really not? I thought that I did. Somebody posted it and I thought I saved it. Now I can't remember what it was, and that's why I was saving it. That sucks. It does. YouTube does unsubscribe you also, Jerry Ellen. So, guys, that's why I always say check to make sure that you're subscribed because that happens a lot. It does happen where you will be unsubscribed. It will happen. I don't know why there would be a glitch there, but it happens. Even if I'm not following the conversation, I just listen to more and wait to see what's said later. Hey, Bunny Foo Foo. In my belief, religion is a human creation. God is not a religion. He is an essence that exists in all of us, our souls. So many different religions wouldn't exist if it wasn't rewritten by us. I could totally see that. Religion does feel like it's man-made to me, Anita Card. And I hope you had a great birthday, babe. I love you. Thank you for your super chat. Why do you lose people? I've had subscriptions getting deleted. I have to resubscribe. I don't know if it's a YouTube glitch. I know I lose people because, Pamela, of my mentality, my personality. I definitely, someone might be brand new here and I do a stream that they're like, oh, that was terrible. And it turns them off and they think it's going to be the same every day and they don't know it'll be different. But the way I really look at that now is I can't control it and I'm not for everybody. And that's perfectly okay. And if they weren't meant to be here, they weren't meant to be here. That's how I see that. If you weren't meant to be here, then that's okay too. Like I want people here that want to be here, if that makes sense, that want to participate, that want to be here. I can't stand people who are like sitting here right now, just like hate watching, like hoping I'll say something they can edit and piece together and like spill the tea on. Hey, Andy. Hey, Kaza. Okay, Chef, thank you for being here, good sir. Thank you, Pamela. That's really kind of you. And thank you again for your super sticker. Check myself for ticks or my animals. My animals have Seresto collars, Angel. So I don't know if you mean me, and that scares me and I don't want to. I'm frightened. I'm terrified of spiders, and I feel like ticks look like spiders. And the idea of those just like living in my skin, I'd have to talk to the Lord himself about that. So I want to know, Sigrid, I know you do. Myself, I don't want to. I'm too afraid. Where am I supposed to check? I'm too frightened. And here's the thing, I'm really indoorsy. So I think Angel, hey, Randy Pearson, I think I'm safe. I don't go out into the grass. I'm terrified. I take my daily walks, but that's on gravel. I'm not in the grass. I know Scientology up north, that freaks me out. If I saw a tick on my body, like lodged into my skin, I think I would just cut the whole body part off and just start over. I mean, this didn't happen to me, but I understand now more than ever why she did it. One time my sister was in the shower, and she probably wouldn't want me to say this, but she's blind like I am, and she didn't have her glasses on, obviously. And she thought there was a clump of hair going down the drain. It was like a big clump of hair. And she picked it up and set it on the side, like on the lip of the tub. And it got up and started running, and it was a spider. And she never got over it. And for like the next day and a half, she had to wrap her hand in a towel and like walk around with the hand like this. Like, we're sisters for that reason. But like, nothing happened to the hand, but she had to wrap the hand and like carry it around and elevate it. And honestly, I don't blame her. I would have like bandaged, I would have like dipped the hand in Neosporin. I would have poured boiling water on the hand, and I would have bandaged the hand. And so I understand. This is the worst thing I can think of. I know, me too, Kim is blue. It's the worst thing. I can't think of any. Can you imagine not having your glasses on and picking up a spider and just setting it down? Sometimes I can't go to sleep at night because I'm like, what if something runs across me and I'm asleep? That's satanic. And I don't consent. I know no Scientology talk today, but one question. Do Scientologists even believe in God? They don't. The PR version will tell you yes. Like the PR version of Scientology would be like, you can be a Catholic and a Scientologist. You can be Jewish. You can be any of these things. Like, no, they don't. And they don't believe in God, and they shy away from that. They say it's a made up thing. It's super traumatizing. Not everyone is cool enough to be a part of this. You got to be special. I love you, DS Kitty. See how she flips it to the positive. Thank you, babe. She's right. I don't want everybody here. If you're not meant to be here, go. There's so many channels on YouTube, but like, don't sit here and hate watch, or don't sit here on the fence and be like, I never liked her anyway. Don't you have something better to do? Unless you're getting paid. I understand there are paid haters here. Paiders? Did we just coin that? Can we call them that? Can you see the chip in my tooth? You can. Oh man, that's awful. Look at that. You can really see it. Oh, it sucks. That's really bad. Can we call them paiders? Paid haters. Hey, Aspire. Thank you for your super chat, babe. When my sister was 8, she had a huge tick in her head. The size of a kidney. Okay, do we really need to do that? Do we have to give a size reference? Initially, she thought she had a knot in her hair. No, Anne, we don't want to know. Your mom poured rubbing alcohol. Paiders? Yeah, with a D. Kim is blue. Paiders. That's their new name. They're paiders. Let's stop with the insect and gross talk, please. Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm so uncomfortable. But I do have to say, Monica, that like my sister wrapping up her hand, I can just see that. Like her like putting her hand in a cast and just like carrying it around and like not being able to use the hand. That makes all the sense in the world to me. Okay, sorry, Scientology up north. I'm changing the subject anyway. Here's what I need to know. This is all. We don't even have to be here for 2 hours today. I need to know this, though. What are our thoughts? What are our thoughts? Do we get what we deserve? Master paiders. I wish we could give them that title, but they're not. They're not good at it at all. They suck at it. If I was your sister, I'd be traumatized for life. She probably is. Like, I don't want to bring that story up to her. Her birthday's coming up, and I kind of want to bring it up. I want to write it in her card and be like, remember that time you picked up a spider? Okay, Anne. That's the worst thing I've ever heard, Anne. Thank you for that for this Easter week, Anne. We really appreciate you warming our souls. Do we get what we deserve? Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Do we or don't we? I need to know answers. I need to know how you feel about this. Any progress on the behind the scenes thing? Not at all, but this week will be very telling, actually, Susan Cook, and I love you. Um, oh, that behind the scenes thing. I know what you're talking about. No, that's come to a halt right now because of something else. What I've been working on has come to a complete stop. I'm going to have to stop that for a minute because of something else that's going on. And that's okay. I'm fine on taking a break from it. I think we eventually get what we deserve. You make your bed, you lie in it. Okay, that's pretty good. Since I sincerely question whether we get what we deserve or not, I will have to say no. Shelly says yes. Hey, Don Clark. So, okay, follow up question. Not a lot of you answered this. Okay, roulette. Not a lot of you answered this. So here's my follow up question. If yes, if your answer is yes, and you do think we get what we deserve, do you think that the getting what you deserve happens during your lifetime, or do you think it's an afterlife thing? Who are the haters that pop up hating you and Tommy? Pamela, there's quite a few of them. There's quite a few that OSA are paying. You recognize them. They don't have any teeth, and they live at their mom's house. Well, the other one lives at his mother-in-law's house, but he's 6 of one, right? Half a dozen. Uh, Original Anne. Oh my God. Haggis says during your life. No, that's one of the reasons why I'm a Christian. I don't want what I deserve. I've also seen others not get what they deserve. Okay, Julie. Joanne, no to what? What are you saying no to? It starts while you're alive, says Sophia. Could be both, but for sure in the afterlife, says Debbie. That's good. That's good. Okay, Aspire, that's probably true. If you believe in Jesus, Aspire says we all deserve hell, but Jesus said not on my watch. I do agree with that because people are pretty fucking rotten. He's got some teeth left. Happy days. One of them does. The other one, Gargamel, doesn't have any teeth at all. His teeth fell out because he was a drug addict. And that's, I mean, I'm not making fun of that. It's a bummer, but he doesn't have any teeth. Hey, Susan, how's your house sale going, babe? Give us an update. Tree hugger, yes. Do you mean punishment or repercussions for your bad deeds? Or do you mean great things? No, I mean for doing bad. Monica, I mean, like, do we get what we did? That's a good question because we also get good things for doing good things. And I believe that too. Right now, I'm referring to answering for the things you've done to others. So, do you think we answer for it? Yes or no? Hey, Power Lies. If it's a yes, do we do it here? Do we do it in the afterlife? I feel like that probably happens in the afterlife. And if we get what we deserve, okay, this is a 3-part question. People, stay with me now. If we get what we deserve, does it happen here on earth or does it happen after? No face. Linda Gillum, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Grateful for you and to catch a live. I think our version of karma is much harsher than God's from my experience. Interesting. Now that's interesting. Can you expound on that? What do you mean by that? Do you guys find that interesting? Our version of karma is harsher than God's from my experience. Ooh, see, I don't know about that. I always think of God as like this really sweet entity, but then other people have scared my soul and made my butt pucker. Like God is to be feared, and I don't fear God. And so I don't know that I feel like God is strict. But at the same time, I'm like, God made me and made my personality and must have a sense of humor. I feel that. I'm like, we're all so fun and silly and we like humor and we like to laugh. And I'm like, God created that. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Thank you, Linda. It's good to see you, babe. I believe the afterlife is just glorious, except for the lower astral plane. If Epstein is dead, I'm sure he's there. I don't know much about that. Real estate number 3 tomorrow, 3 now. I knew that. I hope so too, Susan. I'm happy to see you. Yeah, religion can be scary, not God. Hey, Anna Banana. Wait, I've had some really bad things happen to me and people have passed away before I saw any karma. I know, but here's the thing. Do you believe karma can occur, or whatever you call it, your version of karma? Do you think that can occur after you're dead? That's what I was saying earlier when people are like, oh my God, they died and they got away with it. Nah, 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 nah. I don't believe that. I don't think so. Especially like, guys, that's true, Pat G. Especially this. When I was talking about our haters yesterday, our disgusting haters, right? Those guys and woman, and she's even grosser, mock me for finding God. They make fun of God. I don't feel right about that. Um, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with that. Even if you don't believe in God, it's like, why would you mock someone finding their faith? Why would you do that? And also, just why would you toy with that? That just seems like, you can find so many things to make fun of me for. I don't feel like that should be one of them. So I also truly believe there's a place for that. You're going to answer for that one. So if there really is a God, I feel like you're mocking God in this life. Ooh. Mm, it's uncomfortable. It makes me feel constipated. I'm like, ooh, I suddenly have rocks in my stomach and I can't poop. To fear the Lord means to have a profound, loving reverence. Tommy uses that word a lot, and I still can't really fully get what it means. And respect for God's holiness and power rather than being terrified of him. Yeah, because I've heard people say like a God-fearing whatever, or like they say it like that. I was afraid of God, but now I'm not. I don't feel afraid of God. And maybe I should, but I don't. God feels warm to me and soft and welcoming. I used to be terrified of God because of what Scientology told me, but now I don't feel that way. Shelly Kelly, thank you for your super chat. That was beautiful. Luke Tape, I think people are more often more unhappy than it seems. If someone is doing hurtful things, it's because something is wrong in their life. So true, right? Goes back to the hurt people hurt people. It's true. Could seem like there aren't consequences, but living unhappy is. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. That's exactly what I was saying. People are showing you who they are. Our haters, our paters, are showing us who they are. They're hating on a woman they've never met in their life, right? How happy, right, can you be living in your mom's house with no teeth, being paid by Scientology to make videos? You can't be. There's no way, guys. That's like going to church and hitting the crack pipe. You can't do that. That's a no. There's signs everywhere. It's not allowed. It's prohibited. So it's the same thing. It's like, how happy can these people be? They can't. And I'm not just talking about my haters. I'm talking about life haters, just people in the world. Hey, Don Pariso. Reverence is that you admire and give honor. Thank you, Tennessee girl. Reverence to God is a holy respect. Okay, that's helpful. Okay. Hey, Allie, people know I definitely don't think people always get what they deserve. Some souls just get away with it. I don't know. I don't know. You are offended by people that come at you with God, but you don't have a problem antagonizing people that do believe. To me, that's a form of hate. I can't stand hate. Huh. Okay. I just think it would be weird. I don't know. Guys, I didn't believe in God for a long time. So I can speak to this. I can speak to both sides of it because I'm a big believer in God now. I'm not trying to make this a God stream. It's just more the topic of I even lots of Scientologists mock God. They laugh at my dad did. My dad was like, it's a bunch of bullshit. The story of Jesus. He was like, yeah, a lady got pregnant without, right? Like, so he would laugh and mock it. And it's the same thing as like hating gay people in Scientology. I was like, ooh, like karmically, cosmically, whatever. I just thought I don't need to mock God, even if I don't believe in God. It just doesn't serve me. What does it benefit me to do that? I don't like it's a cringy ass, dirty feeling in your mouth to be like making fun of someone else's beliefs or that they found God. I think, what do I benefit from this? If I benefited from that, I would just be a dark hearted, evil person. That's how I look at that. If you're going to make fun of someone who found God or loves God, You get off on that? Like, if you actually, like, get excited about that, oh, I don't I don't think you have a soul. People get what they deserve before and after life, I think. Randy, I'm with you on that. I agree with that. I think that we simplify it to something like that, Randy. And maybe you guys don't like this topic, but I find it fascinating. And thank you for your super chat, Randy. And all of you, this is what I love about all of you guys, is you're going to give me very different responses based on what? Your experience. I love that, Pat G. Bitches ain't shit. Kim is blue. That's what we learned the month of March, didn't we? I hope nobody gets away with shizzle because bitches ain't shit. Neither are paters. So Tiffany Murfitt says, I don't believe in God at all. I think that what I do in my life, good or bad, changes the world a tiny bit at a time. The love lives on, the planet reassigns my molecules. What an interesting perspective. And I respect that 100%. I appreciate you. Also, all bitches ain't female. So true, Marissa Martin. You know who we're talking about. Yeah, I appreciate your fresh take on this, Tiffany Murfitt, and I can see what you're saying. I don't agree with it, of course, because I believe in God, but there's nothing wrong with that, and I appreciate you sharing it. Has anyone read The Shack? Okay, so I haven't read it. Tommy read it. I watched it. Life changing. I wish we could watch it together. I wish we could somehow do like a live watching taping of that. That is such a powerful movie, and I didn't fully understand it. Oh, of course. Yeah. And so that's evil, right? So this is a great example. People doing horrible things in the name of God, right? So, like, it makes me think of that fantastic tune by Rage Against the Machine. Killing in the name of, it's awful. Like, people harming. I mean, you could take that and run with it. People doing things in the name of things like harming children, right? Hurting animals, like people doing things because they think it's the right thing to do. That's so gross. On his live, I will ask for a refund for subscribing to you. He always says, go subscribe. If you don't like it, I will refund. Tracy, I think that's a great idea if he's not here reading it. You need what on a t-shirt, Nancy? Because I don't even remember what I just said. So please fill me in on what I just said. I seem to have vascular dementia of some kind. Hey, Brock Bandy. Defending, yeah, like people saying things in the name of God. I don't like that either. And let me just say this because you just made me think of something too. And we talked about this like a year ago. I don't like people who use God. Let me narrow it down. I don't like people who speak for God. That freaks me out. Let me give you an example and be more specific. I had a friend like a year ago who I'm no longer friends with. Hey, Mad Drop. Yeah, whether I believe in God or not, I respect belief. I agree with that so much, and I do too. And I love this chat for that reason because everybody believes something different, but you don't see people mowing over each other's, beliefs and trying to tell them they're wrong. I had a friend like a year ago who, I'm not kidding, this is not an exaggeration. It was a nightmare and I should have put a stop to it, but I had no boundaries and that's my own fault. I got a puppy from heaven, but I am an atheist. Well, that's really great. I'm glad that you got a puppy. I don't understand that feels backwards to me, but I'm happy for you. And thank you for your super chat, Michelle. I'll need to break that down to understand it. Hey, Jennifer Steps. I had a friend like a year ago. Okay. And I rule. Hold on. Let me think about this. Okay. This woman was saying to me constantly, and I mean, I'm not exaggerating. She would say all the time, God thinks this. God doesn't want you doing that. And I did a stream on it. I would never name this person, right? I'm just giving you this example. I did a stream on it because I thought, okay, you're married, right? Let's say your husband's name is John. Who cares? Would you walk around being like, John wants this. John doesn't want this. John wants you to do this. John doesn't think it's right when you do this. John doesn't like it when you do that. Why would you speak for people in general. I make a point never to do that. Hey, Styro, like when I talk about my Scientology stuff, how often do I preface it with, this is my story. This doesn't mean this happened to that ex-Scientologist and that their upbringing might have been totally different. I don't speak for them. This is my voice on my channel about my story. I'm not sitting here lumping people into things. So I think it's bizarre. I won't even tell my sister's Scientology story. I don't want to use her voice. Hey, HBH, it's her voice. It's her story. Let her tell it, right? I think it's super effing weird to speak for people. People. And then you've got the Lord. He's not a person, right? So why would you go around, looped tape? Why would you go around being like, God wants this? And she did it to me all the time. Like I was talking, this was new in my discovering faith and what to believe in. And I hadn't read the Bible yet, but she was constantly like, the Bible says this, and God wants this, and God says this in the Bible, and God will harm these people if they don't do this. And she was saying it, like preaching it to me. And it really turned me off. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. I love that, Michelle Dry. I'm so glad you got a puppy. And my point is this, guys. I was new, like I said, in my faith. And hey, Eric, and my beliefs. Oh my God, Queenie is the cutest name, Michelle. And she said to me, I said, I don't know like what I want to adopt. I kind of want to like figure out what beliefs work for me or what religion. And she was, hey, Skeeter. She was like, well, it's, and she used this word. I'm not making this up. She was like, for you to explore other religions is satanic. She was like, that's satanic. God does not like that. And God will not reward that. And I was like, what? Like, that's where I don't like people using God too. Like, God will strike you dead for that. Like, what the hell? You don't need to speak for God. I promise you, God can speak for all of us in the world. Like, I don't think you need to be doing his work. I don't think you need to be saying anything. I don't like people who use God, right? Or the Bible to be like, you can't do this. God says not to do that. First of all, to me, like Scientology, a lot of that shit is up for interpretation. I don't mean shit disrespectfully. I was talking more about Scientology, but a lot of it is up for interpretation. And don't come at me and be like, God doesn't want you to do that. Like you're his secretary. Hey, Rip Curl Readiness. Like, you're the person I got to go to before I can get to God. I'm sorry. My relationship with God is direct. I got a direct line. Like, that is weird. Do you guys think it's weaponizing? Yes, Mad Drop. It's weaponizing. People did it in Scientology all the time. LRH says no to that. LRH doesn't want you doing that. It's the same. They do it in Scientology a lot. My dad used to constantly go, LRH apparently said this. I know he did because I saw that someone finally showed me the reference on it. When I was little, he would quote LRH quotes. And he'd look at me and he'd go, intention is cause, Reese. I was like, what does that even mean? And then he would say, you're responsible for your own condition. You know that. And you pull in what you pull in. You are responsible for your own condition. My Brian Bolin, I didn't even realize it was your birthday last week on top of your surgery. And I just love you. And you're a baby kitten. You're a soft kitten baby ear and whisker, and everybody knows it. I don't care who knows it, especially this Easter week. He would say that to me all the time. As a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, my dad would look down at me and firmly say to me all the time, you're responsible for your own condition. Intention is cause. And I was always like, this is a shithole. Are you really, Brian? I'm sorry to hear that. Communication is the universal solvent. Yes, it is, Mad Drop Bear. Yeah, no, we know that, Pat. You've said that before too. That is not satanic. God can handle people checking out other religions. I took a world religions course at a Christian college. Of course he can. I don't even know the Bible, and I knew that. Hey, Tawana Ball, do you understand? I haven't read the Bible. If that's true, it is Rip Curl. If that's true and God hates this and God hates that and this is satanic, then I don't want anything to do with it. But that's not true. And I just wish, Mad Drop, I just wish people wouldn't, and that's my own fault. here's the thing too. Like, whose fault is it that she said that to me? That friend, mine, because I didn't. You teach people how to treat you, right? So like, I never. So true, Susan. I never put a stop to it, so it's kind of more my fault than it is hers that I allowed that over and over, right? I that's how I look at that, and I don't know if it's a Scientology thing, but I feel like I pulled that in. Honestly, I didn't put a stop to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put a stop to it. That's not her fault. That's mine. I should have immediately been like, enough. Enough of you speaking for God. Enough of you telling me, hey, Tam in New York, right? Enough of you telling me what God wants and what God doesn't want. Um, it's okay, Rip Curl. I'm happy to see you. I love that, Skeeter. How did I get rid of her? She said something really horrible about me being a mother. That was the final straw. She said something really bad about me being a mom. And she implied that I don't love my child. And she said, it's terrible that I don't hug my child. And she really shamed me about it. Love you, Scientology up north. She really, really shamed me. And as soon as that happened, I pulled away. Like, she really, really gave me hell about it. And I pulled away. And like a week or two went by, and she texted me and said, is there something you need to say to me? And it made me feel uncomfortable, like childlike, like I was in trouble. And I gave it like another day or two, and I didn't answer. And she wrote me back and was like, okay, well, clearly there's something that you need to say, and you're obviously not going to say. It was very shame, shame, shame on me. And she said, this isn't, she goes, I know you were in Scientology forever, but she goes, this isn't how friends work. And she was like, I know you don't know how to have a friendship with a real person. She was like, but this isn't how friendships work. And again, like putting it back on me. So I finally, like, you guys know when something heavy escalates with me, if it's some kind of a confrontation, I freeze. I don't stand up for myself. I don't stand up for Huxley. I freeze. I freak out. I love you, Audra. Thanks for being so nice to me. I love you. I always have. I never get to see you anymore, but I'm glad when I do. You're always welcome here, Audra. I love seeing you. Thank you, babe. And thank you for your super chat. So when she shamed me like that about like, you don't know how to be a friend, this isn't how people do stuff, and that she said in the real world, like, it was very Jeff like. That's how Jeff talked to me, like, you're just a stupid Scientologist, and I know that you don't understand the world rules, but here's how we do things out here because you're foreign and stupid. And it really hurt my feelings, and so I froze. And I like this conversation. I'm staying, just not chatting tonight, watching on TV. I love you too, Tracy. Okay, good. I'm glad. And that's okay. Go into lurk mode, babe. I totally get it. Thank you for being here, Tracy. And thank you guys for super chatting. That's so kind. So I finally responded. And I responded with the truth. And I ignored everything she said about like, this is how you do things and you don't know how to do anything. And so I finally just responded and I said, the reason I took a break from you is because of what you said about me being a mother. And I said, it really hurt my feelings that you said this. And she wrote me back and she said, if I even really said that, that doesn't sound like something I would say. So it was like, whoa, gaslight. And that bummed me out that like, you can't take accountability. All I want from people, you're going to F up. You're going to F up. And even the comment about me being a mom, it's like, just own it and be like, you're right. I overstepped. I'm sorry. Like, there was none of that. It was, if I even said that, which doesn't sound like something I would say. It's like, but you did. Why would I go weeks without talking to you? Why would our friendship just break up? Why would I freeze like that? Like, why would I go through all these like panicky steps of not knowing what to do? I'm just making it up, right? Grandma Matilda, I'm not comfortable with people who have little knowledge about topic speaking as if they are PhDs. They give their belief system a bad name. I tend to steer clear of that belief because of them. I would say this happens all the time. This is what a doctor I used to work for would say. Everybody's a Google doctor. Everybody's a Google lawyer. You give someone a topic or a problem and they're like, "Oh, here's what you need to do." Like suddenly everyone has a PhD. I know what you're talking about. Um, yeah, Shelly, and people come into your life for a season, but that really hurt me. And then it hurt me more. It was also, again, very Jeff like to be like, well, if I even said it. So I just left it alone. I did not respond. I know you don't want to hear this, but I didn't respond again. And then I got an email from this person like within a couple of weeks. And it was, I'm not kidding. This email, I feel like might have taken 24 hours or more to write. It was a good 40 paragraphs, and each paragraph was on a person in my life. So, like, they were summing up my life. Like, this person wrote to me and said, "And I don't believe that your dad was a bad guy. I think you were just a terrible child. And I don't believe all the stories that you said that Jeff is so bad now. Now that I know you, I just think that Jeff is a good guy and you're a bad person." And she said, "I think that Jesus brought me to you so I could see your dark heart." And I was like, so this is again back to the like weaponizing, like Grandma Matilda just said, it's like being a know-it-all about some things, like in this case, the Bible, and weaponizing it. It's like, why would you like? I have such a hard time with this because, like, I don't speak to shit I don't know. So, like, if you ask me, you've done it 100 times in here where I'm like, I don't know, like maybe, but that's not something I really am like educated on. I don't like fucking pretend to know stuff. I can speak to Scientology and what happened to me in Scientology and what I was trained on, but I'm not going to sit here and do a rundown on Aaron's life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what Nora knows. Like, that's, they came from Scientology too, but like, that's not, I didn't live their life. So I think it's really strange when people weaponize, like, you didn't get what you wanted out of me. I finally put up a boundary, is what happened. So then you tried to just tear me down in my character, right? Like, I think Jeff was really a good guy and you're the bad one. I think that, and she said something like, poor Huxley, that he's your mom. That's where people love to go to. But like, I think your dad was probably a good guy. Jesus thinks you have a dark heart. Like, what are you doing speaking to things you don't know about? It's crazy. I never replied to that. Oh no, I did reply to that. I did because she said, um, she went on and on about Christianity. And she said, it's funny to me that, what did she say? It's funny to me. She said, you pretend to be a Christian and you try to grift for super chats about God. She goes, but you haven't even read the Bible. And I wrote back like just one paragraph and I said, it's interesting to me that you are using God to weaponize against me. And I said, and I haven't read the Bible. You are right. Like, that's true. But I said, isn't there that one part in the Bible that says, before you take the splinter out of your eye, like out of my eye, remove the log from yours? And so that's what I responded with. I didn't even speak to the stuff she was addressing about my life, my family. Again, this is like saying, I don't even think you were really raped. What the fuck? You weren't there. Why are you even speaking to things that happened to me 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago? Why would you do that? You don't know. That's insane to me. So I just wrote back and I said that. I was like, isn't it interesting that you are minimizing me for not reading the Bible? But there is that part that says, like, before you remove the splinter from my eye, why don't you take the log out of your eye? Like, it's crazy to me that people do that. And this is why I hang out with older people, because I assume that they're like mature and accountable, and they point sometimes they're not. And that really did hurt my feelings. That whole way that went down hurt my feelings. I really liked this person. The only thing that started to come on stronger and stronger was the biblical stuff and then the Huxley stuff. And I was like, like, I had two friends do that to me last year and they both threw Huxley in my face and they were like, you're not a very good mom. And I was like, this is, it's like women not supporting women. That's garbage. I expect men to tear women down. Like, that's not shocking to me. But when I see women doing it to other women, I'm like, that's trash. And it's very, to me, like an unspoken thing. Do not trash somebody being a parent. Like, that's not right. Don't do that. It seems very Oh yeah, Tennessee girl. I don't ever name people. It's not the point. I would never name this person. I'm not trying to embarrass or out them. If they're watching, they know who they are, right? But I'm not here to like make people's lives harder. I'm only speaking to it because it's an experience that happened to me, but the experience to me is what I want to share, not details about the person. I would protect the person from that. I would never want to do that to someone. I don't like it when people do it to me. Like, I got the receipts. Let me show you. I'm not here to call out people. That's not right to me. Yeah, Audra, how about if you see a parent struggling, ask what you can do to help? Jesus told me to boo to judgy people. I love you, Brian Boland, and I hope you had a great birthday. And I just think you're so sweet. I love your Facebook pictures, and I'm glad that your surgery is over with. And thanks, Yadira. Thanks, Yardia. Thank you, Brian. That was really, really sweet of you. Thank you for your super chat. We love having you here. Um, Hux is an amazing kid. Speaks to how good of a mother you are. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I don't question that anymore. And I don't feel like I have to prove it to anybody. The only person I have to prove it to is Huxley. Like, I don't, the mother thing is old, it's recycled, and I don't care. Hey, Ozan, it doesn't get to me like you would think it does. It's like when people call me fat. Nobody thinks that I'm fatter or uglier than me. Like, that's just a fact. I tear myself down way more than I let on. Like, nobody has lower self-esteem about it. I have to live in this body. I know what I look like. I don't have false ideas and like, I'm so hot. No, I don't find myself attractive at all. I don't like my face and I don't like my body. I'm working on it. I'm aware of it. I'm trying to really work on that. But I'm not sitting around going, no, you're really pretty, Reese. You're so pretty. Instead, what I do is I go, thank God I have a body that produced a child. It made a whole child, and I got a great child out of that. I'm just glad that my diabetes medicine is helping me. I'm glad that I have two eyes. Like, I just instead try to reverse it by being grateful for the things that my body provides for me. But it's bizarre to me that people try to tear down the two things, being overweight. Yeah, I know. Like, I felt that my whole life. Ever since my dad called me fat when I was 10, I kind of had a weird thing about it, right? Like, the other thing is, thank you, Mad Drop Bear. Being a mom, I feel like I really, really did a disservice to him by not being his mom full time, by being a Scientologist. Like, I battle with that in therapy and here hardcore. Hey, Kat. So for someone to be like, you're not a very good mother, do you think that's something I don't know? Do you think I'm going to break hearing that? Do you think I'm going to cry? I have struggled with that way before YouTube, way before I was ever public on a channel. Like, I already felt like I was less than as a mom. So it's weird to me that people are like mother of the year over here. It's like, yeah, no, I already knew that before you did, because I live here. I experienced it. You're just the barnacles on the bottom of a boat, like trying to find shit to eat. Like, I already knew this. When you make fun of my story, it's because I gave it to you. Like, imagine that, you dipshits. Like, it's so funny to me that they're like, ha ha, she did this. I'm like, yeah, because I told you on YouTube, right? Like, you didn't find out. It's not something you found out. I told you, idiots. And now you're just getting paid on it. There's a difference. Yeah, maybe we are. Not everyone can afford a good pair of glasses. You're beautiful inside and out. Thank you, Monica. I have great pairs of glasses. I'm just wearing contacts today. Chubby people can be healthy. We're all doing the best we can, right? Why does that person think shaming you about a religion you don't even know everything about is going to make you want to learn more? I don't know. Barefoot April. Hey, babe. I haven't seen you in a while. I hate that you think of yourself that way because it certainly is not what you portray. I'm working on it, but I have had self-esteem, body image issues I shouldn't say my whole life, about starting at the age of 10. My dad called me really fat. And I remember looking down at my stomach and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I had a weight problem. Like, I did not think that. Thank you, Silva Larson. So, hey, Heather Rhodes, love you too. I've seen and hugged you. You're absolutely stunning. It only matters how you are as a mother to Huxley. If he loves you and is happy you're his mom, that's all you can ask for. I love you, Stacey. And yes, I have seen and hugged you in person. I just also don't judge people based on their bodies. Like, such a low blow. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely, if you're ugly because you treat people like shit and you're a hater, yeah, I'm looking at things that are like disgusting to me about your body for sure. Because you're ugly on the outside just as much as you are the inside. You know, when people say like you're ugly, you're beautiful on the inside and the outside, that's because you're a good person. Have you ever seen beautifully, perfectly chiseled women and men? And they're just so like, you wish you could look like that until they open their mouths and they treat humans like shit and they worship materials and other shit. Like, they're ugly. They're immediately ugly to me. I'm like, I can't find anything attractive about you now that you opened your mouth. It's the same thing with, thank you, Grandma Matilda. It's the same thing with people who are not societally acceptable, like beauty standards. It's the same thing. I'm like, they're adorable and attractive to me as soon as they open their mouth because they treat people so wonderfully and they have a kind heart. It really does matter how your character is based on what you look like. Like all of my haters, including female Shrek, Patrick from SpongeBob, she's the ugliest fucking woman I've ever seen. I can find everything about her. I got plenty of content to just top to bottom. Fuck ugly, right? Looks like a yard gnome, but not the cute kind. Fuck ugly. But that's because she's so ugly on the inside. Like attacks so many people, belittles people, attacked my child, attacked a minor child. You think I'm going to find you attractive? Good luck to you. And if that's body shaming, so be it, right? If it's true, I don't know. But your character is everything, and your character is showing when you're ugly like that. And of course, it's going to make you ugly on the outside. Of course, it is, right? I will say this. I will say this. When I was a Scientologist and I was, I don't know, 20 probably years ago in my 20s, is I was heavily into Scientology as an adult in my 20s more than my 30s. I was married to Michael in my 20s. I was doing a lot of Scientological stuff and programs and things like that then. And I was a shitty person. Even when I was on staff, I was a shitty person. I treated people poorly. I was mean. I applied Scientology more than ever. I was uglier. I see pictures of myself versus now because I'm not mean to people. I'm not intentionally mean. I do not get off on harming people, right? She does. Like people who love to tear people down and tear kids down and laugh at people and make fun of them and like their situations in life, right? Like get a job, loser, like that kind of stuff. Hey, Mrs. Carson, shows your character. Of course you're ugly. That ain't body shaming. I'm sorry, you're just fuck ugly. Like there's everything about you is ugly. All of it. I could go into great detail, but I won't do it today. Thank you, Diana H. So it's one of those things. I mean, put that to the test. See if I'm wrong. Go out and people watch or just flip through reels, right? See if I'm wrong about that. Like the people, I've said this, the people I've always been attracted to, like I don't have a type with a guy, but like when we talk about celebrities and who I'm attracted to, it certainly isn't Channing Tatum like most people like, or that Jason Momoa. It was my celebrity crush was Philip Seymour Hoffman. Most people don't think he was attractive. I loved his character in life. I thought he was a great guy. He was so kind to his fans, very down to earth, like wasn't all about status. He never really was in the spotlight. I liked that. I found that attractive. I liked his character. My other huge celebrity crush, everybody knows, well, two, but James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano. A lot of women would be like, really? Yes. Like, I loved him. I loved him in life. I loved how he treated his wife. I loved how he treated his son. He seemed like an amazing man behind the scenes. So go people watch. And when you see people who are, according to society, like blessed beyond, right? Like attractive and everything's perfect and they have their status symbols. Go see how they treat people. They're fuck ugly immediately. People who treat people in wait staff, people in stores. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been out shopping and I've seen women be like, I want a box for that. Make sure you get me a gift receipt. I'm like, oh, you're ugly. You're immediately ugly to me. I can't even look at you. If you're going to yap at people like that and talk down to them and your character is that dirty, mm-mm. It shines bright and you're not attractive anymore to me. We do not get what we deserve if we couldn't leave the house. Susan, great. That's a loophole. That's a loophole. My mom always said beauty is as beauty does. If you have a good personality, you are attractive. Exactly, Marissa Martin. Exactly. I mean, you can call that body shaming all day long, then so be it. I'm a body shamer. But I think that if you get off tearing other people down and kids, you're trash. You're fucking garbage. There's nothing, no redeeming qualities about you. You're disgusting. Ooh, Reese, you have Carmela Soprano vibes. Well, I can do her voice. Tony. I love doing that. I loved The Sopranos. Tony. That's what she was always saying. There are men you want to look at and men you're attracted to and want to be with. Completely different. Yes. Imagine the way they talk to themselves. If that's the way they're willing to publicly talk to you. I say this a lot. I can't imagine being stuck in their head with their thoughts. Oh, Audra, I know. Imagine the way they talk to their families. I say this all the time. If they're willing to attack me, who they don't know, never met, right? Tear me down. Can you imagine how they treat their mothers, husbands, wives, kids, animals, wait staff in a store? Can you imagine how they talk to people in real life when they're up on a screen, screaming the C word about me, screaming about Huxley? Can you just imagine? Like, it goes back to the hurt people hurt people. It's so true. They are miserable, and they are more miserable seeing us over here laughing, super chatting, having a good time. They can't stand that shit. They can't stand it. And what can we spew tomorrow? And it never is successful. Ooh, I'm not attracted to Matthew McConaughey. He's too full of himself. He's really conceited. I can't do it. He thinks he's such a dick swinger. Interesting, Michelle Dry. I mean, that's the other thing. If you meet someone who's like disfigured, maybe they've had a surgery, maybe they were in an accident, maybe they were born that way. I don't care. I even find if you have something that is a condition or whatever it is, right? Even that I will find incredibly, like Joaquin Phoenix. He has a cleft lip. I love it because I love Joaquin Phoenix. Like, even something like that I can find attractive. I find beauty in the weirdest things on people. I'm not kidding when I say this. Tommy, I am crazy about his little weasel eyes, his beady little weasel eyes, but also his giant nose and his giant hands. Like, those are unusual features and I am crazy about him. I love his nose. I cling on to things that most people would be like, what? Right? Because I find beauty in the unusual things. I love a channel where we can have a conversation about religion and the F word and still be said. Am I twisted? No, because you know why? I'm glad you said that. You know why, Monica? Because it's real life. We talk about real life here. And oh my God, that's what Tommy sent me today. You guys, you feel free to steal this, especially the women. Oh my God, I want my haters to repeat this for me. Unfortunately, I'm not pretty enough to be considered a hot mess, but I do identify as a room temperature inconvenience. I'm not a hot mess. I'm a room temperature inconvenience. That's so me. That's so true. I love it so much. I love the weird features that people think are weird. I find those things the most sexy and attractive on people. So if somebody has that cleft lip, I'm like, that's my favorite thing about you, right? Like, oh, you know what I love on people? A big fat fucking gap tooth. I love people. I wish I always wanted one. I love people who like have to floss with a jump rope, who use a 9-inch nail to pick a toothpick. I love a gap tooth. Hey, crafty Carrie, and I'm not making fun of it. I love it. I think everybody's sexier with a gap tooth. Madonna's gap tooth, like I remember it. She doesn't have it anymore. I loved it. Who else has one? You know what else is sexy to me? A fucking ptosis. Nobody's going to agree with that. A ptosis, I love a gap tooth. My friend Michelle has a gap tooth, and every time we FaceTime, I'm like, oh, I want it. I want a gap tooth. Um, Roulette Master, thank you for saying that. You're fine. The other thing, what was I going to say? Oh, a ptosis. Do you know what a ptosis is? It's an eye condition, and it's when you your eye looks like this. You don't see it very often. So one eye is totally normal, and the other eyelid is drooped permanently. It's just drooped. That's called a ptosis. Hey, Louisa. Famous people who have a ptosis, a crush for me, Tom York, who is the lead singer of Radiohead. He has a serious ptosis. The other one who I find to be very attractive, Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker is a great actor. He was in the movie Phenomenon. He's been in a lot of movies, but I haven't seen all of his movies. He has a ptosis as well. Tommy has a little bit of a ptosis as well. So, again, like I know that's weird, and most women would be like, "That's not sexy." It is to me. It is to me. Like it's a feature that is custom to you. I like people who have a lot of imperfections like that anyway. I love scars on people. Like I love all of those things. But I'll tell you what, man, if you are shitty to people and you get off on hating people and kids and you're mean to people and you just attack people because of their body or because you're being paid, you're an ugly piece of shit. And we all see it. We all think that. I'm just saying it. People don't often say it. I'll say it for you. You're an ugly piece of shit. Like you literally look like just a piece of shit in a bag with eyes. And most of them are matched on the IQ scale there. They're dumber than a sack of diapers, right? So they got that going for them too. And that's a shame. That's all they can do. They're just paid to hate. So yeah, I like that we said this. I feel like I got that out. That needed to be gotten out. I'm going to take a drink, Yadira. Is Liz Trick still here? There's nothing worse. And I'm not even talking about YouTube haters. I'm talking about people in public. When you see people fucking melting down, throwing shit, having a fit, screaming, right? Like because their fries were cold, right? People just literally losing it on another human being because they don't like something, right? Everyone hydrates, says Anne. Mm-hmm. Robin Williams was another one. Okay, there's Liz Tricks. I just wanted you to know I took a drink, Liz. Hey, Erica. I went to oh, you're already there? You went to Mount Rushmore. You just got here. I had to turn you on before you potty. Love you, Erica. Be safe. Take some pictures. Do you know who I'm talking about? And if you don't, you can happily find reels like where people just are having full-on meltdowns over their sandwiches. Now remember, my sandwich wasn't made correctly, but I wasn't throwing it across the room. Like people who just lose their minds on people in the service industry, that's ugh. Your character's showing, right? When we go to that funeral, we're going to every funeral we go to, we reflect on how somebody made us feel, the impression they made on us, how they made us feel. When you act like a jackass, I don't care how hot you are. I don't care how nice your boob job is. That's gross. You cannot behave that way. You will be unattractive. So I'm not even talking about our ugly haters that show themselves online. I'm talking about like just out in public, watching people make complete fools of themselves. I want to talk to the manager. That was another thing. I made a note of this. Is it worth saying? I've been making notes lately of stuff I found interesting. Let me see. Ooh, this was a good one. Just real quick, side note, speaking of the God one, it said, no revenge because that's not how God treats me when I sin. Ooh, that was deep for me. I liked it. I don't like getting revenge anyway. I don't feel like revenge is my job. That's God's job. That's kind of back to like, do we get what we deserve? I think you get what you deserve because of the universe and God. I don't think you should get what you deserve because I instilled that, right? Like I put that. I don't want to get revenge on people, but I love that. No revenge because that's not how God treats me when I sin. I love that. What was the other one? Ooh, I like this one. I like this one. Stay with me now. Um, let people think you're a fool. A fool reacts, wisdom observes. Ooh, that gave me goosies. It gave me goosies. Goosies. I think it's just the air conditioner. Let people think you're a fool. A fool reacts, wisdom observes. That's our haters as well. You see her running to the camera as fast as she possibly can to react to shit, right? To be like, that's all. It's a little chihuahua chasing after a truck because she's a fucking fool. Our haters are fools, right? That's, yeah, Shell. They react. They're so quick to react. That's their biggest weakness, as far as I can tell. It's always been a big weakness to anybody, not just online. If you run to react to shit, if you're instant in reacting, you're easily manipulated. You're also easily manipulated, right? If you have to react to every single thing, it's not good. It's better if you can step back, chill yourself the F out, and observe what's happening. You don't have to go to every party you're invited to, right? You don't have to be a part of every fight. Your actions, not your looks, makes you who you are. Correct, I absolutely believe that. You see so many people who are just so hot according to the world or society, and they're not. They're not. I don't find them attractive at all. So that's very true. I'm just looking at my notes. Hold on. Okay, I think that's everything. But I really liked that one, the God one. No revenge, because that's not how God treats me when I sin. I really like that. Whether you believe in God or not, I just really like that. Um, I mean, this is another one. We've all heard this, but I do like this. The other thing is, I've been saying this to my mom a lot lately. Like, no is a complete sentence, right? Do not feel like you have, beauty is very subjective. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself to anyone. And I know that's hard. I had to explain myself all the time in Scientology. I know that's hard, but it says, stop explaining yourself. People only hear what they want to hear anyway. And it kind of goes in hand with what Julie just said. Everything really is subjective. Beauty is subjective. How many times have you been talking with typically a man? Because men are visual. I know, Stacy. Because men are, that's funny, Shelly. Men are visual. How many times have you had like some contest with someone where you're talking about some famous person or something and they're like, oh my God, she's so hot. And you're like, ew. Like that's happened to me so many times where I'm like, you think that person's attractive? Hey, Debbie, loving life. That's okay. I'm happy to see you. How many times have you gotten into that talk with whether it be a man or a woman? Like someone who you're like, oh my God, that person is so pretty. And they're like, ew, no, they're not. Like beauty is totally subjective. Hey, Barbara, wait. Interesting, Mad Drop Bear. Who was it? Oh, Juliette Lewis. I was just having this conversation with Tommy. I said I thought she was so cute. And he goes, no, she's not. He was like, ugh, I don't find her attractive at all. And I said, are you kidding? I think her face, she has such a cute face. Now, she's a Scientologist, but who cares about that? I'm just talking about looks. Hey, there he is. Attractive is subjective attractive. It's winning the lottery and having a symmetrical face. Beauty as a choice that you make every day to be that person. The other thing, babe, is everybody, there was like something on the internet I saw. The most attractive woman that like AI decided on based on her face was that Amber Heard. Amber Heard. I was like, There's nothing interesting about her face to me at all. Like, her face is incredibly boring to me. There's nothing fascinating when I look at her. So that's the point, and I agree with that. Like, it's entirely subjective. You know who I think a gorgeous woman is, but I haven't heard anyone disagree with me on this one. Tommy thinks so too. Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer. I think she is so pretty to look at. I think Michelle Pfeiffer. I know, Stacy. Damn, Tommy, you're so profound. He is profound. Amber Heard. Yeah. Like, that's another one that it's like there's nothing interesting about her. She might be a nice person. I don't know. I didn't watch that whole trial thing, but like, it's completely subjective. You know, me saying that my celebrity crush was James Gandolfini, a lot of people might be like, or also they're all also dead, the people I was attracted to, but Philip Seymour Hoffman. I thought he was incredibly attractive. A lot of people wouldn't agree with me on that. I never saw Game of Thrones, Stacey. Yeah, Amber Heard. Go look it up. I saw that for a long time on social media. Like, according to AI, her face was like perfect and everything was how it was supposed to be and in place. And she was the most attractive celebrity woman, Amber Heard. And I was like, dang, I don't see that. Janis Joplin was the most beautiful woman I can remember after Marilyn Monroe and before I met you. Beauty is a choice. I love what you told me about Janis Joplin. Was it Bob Marley who said that? Like, people didn't, you know what else you told me that I love that story? Was it Carole King that didn't want to show her face because she was so self-conscious about her nose? Am I saying this right, babe? Correct me if I'm wrong. She had a thing with who? Who was the man? Hey, Renee B. Who was the guy that she had a thing with? He like really loved her. He'll type it in. Jimi Hendrix. Oh, it was Jimi Hendrix. And I'm sorry I have to leave, but everybody have a great night. Skip the boat tonight. You'll thank me later. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I wish that you would have answered my question. She's very cookie cutter. Yeah. Amber Heard is I don't like men or women who don't have like some sort of an interesting feature. And it doesn't have to be physical, right? You might be attractive, but your personality sucks, right? We just talked about this, but like, cookie cutter on the inside and the outside really sucks. Like, when you're just basic as shit, like Amber Heard, and you don't have any pitch in your voice and you just talk like this and it's just an affectation and like you just judge everything and everyone. Like, yeah, I don't like that kind of shit either. You have nothing that's interesting about you. I love interesting faces too. You know who else liked interesting faces? Diane Keaton. She was a beauty too. I had such a crush on her. Not sexually. I'm not attracted to women, but she was so pretty. No, babe, I'm talking about Carole King. Carole King, you told me that she didn't want to even like sing on stage or something because of her nose. And then she was with that man who like made her do it. He was famous too. And he like loved her nose. He was so in love with her. Who is that? Who am I talking about? Yeah, no, Jimi Hendrix said that Janis Joplin was the most beautiful woman alive. And before that, a lot of people apparently said she was not. Like, she was not attractive. She was not, according to beauty standards, attractive. I agree. I think Janis Joplin is so effing cute. She said she was unattractive and she could stand the sound of her own voice. I think Carole King is beautiful. I do too, but was it Carly Simon? See, I don't know any of these women. Who was it with the nose? Carole King wrote songs that other people could sing. She didn't like the sound of her voice or the way she looked. I think it was. Yeah, because it was James Taylor. Wasn't Carole King with James Taylor? Okay, yeah. Carole King's nose. See, I loved that story. I didn't know it. And Tommy told me that story. When Tommy and I'm going to share an intimate detail, and he may not like it, but it's so sweet. When Tommy and I broke up, a long time ago, I didn't even know who Carole King was because my dad must not have listened to Carole King because I didn't grow up on that. I grew up on Supertramp, Van Morrison, Fleetwood Mac, like Bob Seger, Billy Joel. But I didn't know who she was. I knew the song once I heard it, but it was so sad. Tommy listened to it every day. The song So far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? He listened to that and thought of me, and he said he would cry to it. And it was just so sad and so sweet. And he's a little soft baby angel. He's a little cancer crab. And we know he's also tough and he has a cute nose, but he's also a little poo poo head. He's a little baby poo poo. And he's really cute and squeezy in some areas, but I love his nose and I love his little beady weasel eyes. And I just really love his hands. I love Owen Wilson's nose. At one point in his life, he tried to kill himself because he thought he looked ugly. I remember that. That was sad. He does have a very unusual nose, but I like it too. Now, I'm not attracted to Owen Wilson, but I am attracted to his brother. I always had a crush on Luke Wilson, and I really loved him in Royal Tenenbaums. I loved his character in that. Bomber, Richie Bomber, the bomber. I think Angelina Jolie had a unique look. Never thought of her as beautiful. So I think she's really unusual and unique. I think she's pretty. I think that she often looks incredibly unhealthy, though, to me, like body wise. She is so emaciated looking to me, but her face is gorgeous. I think Angelina Jolie, I think she's kind of a weirdo in real life, but I don't know. Maybe she's not. She's done some good things, I think. I don't know enough about her. Us cancers get in our feels. Yeah, Tommy and I are 5 days apart. We're both cancer signs, so I understand. I have a big freckle in my upper lip and I love it. So that's the other thing. Good for you, Audra. This, I forget that it's there. Tommy loves this beauty mark or mole or whatever it is. If you remember, the haters used to make fun of it. They would talk about it. One of them, one of our stupid hater that I won't even get into it, but she talks like Paula Deen and she loves to make fun of me and she makes a whole character about me and she just makes fun of relatable Reese and she thinks it's so funny until somebody makes fun of her and then she fucking cries. She used to draw a huge mole and then she'd like make a character of me and put all this blush on and like body shame and make fun of me. And I thought, what is bad about this? Like, really? It's crazy. Yeah, Yadira. What a fucking loser. It was so sad. I was like, you're 80 years old. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, there's so many other things you could be doing. That's unfortunate. But like, remember that she used to draw this like giant mole? And I was like, Paula Deen, stop. Like, what are you doing? Making fun of someone's appearance that they cannot help is so low rent. It is. It's gross. And what's funny about it is like she would then turn around and cry when people would backlash her. And she'd be like, I'm just a sweet Southern lady and I just can't handle the hatred, but you can dish it out because you're a jackass beyond belief. Not that I'm a beauty. We all have different types. Oh, I think you're gorgeous, Nancy. That's one of the reasons I saw that woman try to diss Nora. Holy shit. Hey, Yankee Kyle. Unbelievable. That's one of the reasons I love, love, love our Zoom calls because I can look at everybody's faces. Carly Simon. I don't know if I know who that is. I've heard her name, but I would have to look her up and hear what she's a singer, right? That's another way of saying something against God when you make fun of his creations. Jerry, I never thought of that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Actually, I like that. That's a good point. Carly Simon was with James Taylor. I thought Carole King was with James Taylor. That's hilarious. Good for you, Kyle. If you can't catch, then don't pitch, bitch. Oh my God. I mean, it is a good point. It is a good point. I just remember her even recently. I went and looked at it and I wish I hadn't. She was like, I know I've gained some weight and people make fun of me for that. And it's just a shame that people make fun of that. And it's like, yeah, it's also a shame that you made up an entire character. I think this is actually what we would call karma. You dumb bitch. Like, get out of here. Are you serious? I love people who start fires and then cry about getting burned. It's hilarious. Like, there's nothing better on planet Earth than seeing people who run to start shit and then cry and play victim. I'm sorry. Let me get my binoculars on. I'm looking to see if I can find a solution to this. Oh, there's not because you started it. What a dumbass. Carole King sang a lot with James Taylor. Carly was married to him. Wait. But didn't Carly bone him? I think Carly boned him, didn't she? Of course. See, Debbie was brave enough to say it. I think people get better looking or worse looking based on personality and behavior. It's always back to your personality and character, how you treat people. If you go into a store and start raging on people and throwing shit, you're immediately ugly. There's nothing you can do to save yourself. There's no lip stain or necklace that's going to improve this situation. I'm so sorry. Didn't he bone her? How come no one's answering this? Carly and James were married. So he was married to Carole King. No, not Carly. Oh. I thought he was in love with her. Okay, I'm wrong. Fine, I got it wrong. Look at that. I take accountability. I'm wrong. I'll have to look up Carly Simon. I don't know who she is or what she sings. Carole King is married to her writing partner. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. I got it. It's cleared up now, guys. My apologies. Okay. I'm wrong. I was wrong on that. Yeah, Tennessee girl. The one with only 10 in her chat because she's not entertaining and she cannot carry a show. Yeah, that one. That one who makes fun of other people and then says, I just can't handle it when people call me overweight. Okay, well, Paula Dean, maybe you shouldn't have dished that shit out, right? Like maybe you should consider your life choices. Maybe you should reflect on your life choices, Paula. Hey, Zoe. Looking for your binoculars. I'm going to use that at my new job. By the way, I finally got a little part-time job so I can support myself. I love that. Congratulations. I do it a lot. I'm like, I'll do that. I used to do that when I was like at my old job. I'd be like, I'm sorry, hold on, let me get my binoculars. I'm looking to see where I asked for your opinion. Hold on, I'm looking. Trying to find where I asked for your opinion. Has anybody seen it? Oh, it's on the floor? No, I don't see it. Get out of here. You've had your hands full. Life's been nuts, but good nuts. Oh, well, I love to hear that. I had to cook dinner. Good for you, Hope. I'm happy to hear that, babe. And congratulations again to Zoe. I love that for her. She got herself a cute little part-time job. So neither here nor there, but people are stupid assholes and they need to be called out for it. I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. I get sick of it. We're just going to have to start firebombing. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I used to be like, ignore it, Reese. It will go away. That's like a cavity. Okay. So if you ignore your cavities, are they going to go away? They're not. They're going to turn into bigger cavities in which we will need to perform a root canal. Good. Then start firebombing that shit. I'm tired of it. Call it out. Call it out. Get your binoculars out. I'm sorry. We're looking. Hold on, everybody. Stay with me now. Just searching high and low. Who asked for your opinion? Oh, I remember. Nobody. Oh, she was with Warren Beatty. Now that's another one. That's a sex kitten. Warren Beatty. He's with Annette Bening, and I have the hots for Annette Bening too. I think they are such a sexy ass couple, and I hope that they have a lot of sex. You're So Vain, a duet with Mick Jagger, is Carly Simon's biggest hit. Interesting, Michael. Thank you for that. Thank you for that little factoid. Yeah, sometimes you got to call that shit out, Shelly. I'm not saying we want to do it every day. I don't want to get my heart rate up all the time, but sometimes it's really fun to call that shit out, especially when you start a fire and then play victim. Especially when you start shit and then you can't end shit. Yeah, don't start shit. There won't be no shit, right? Bitches ain't shit. That's what we learned the month of March, by the way. Bitches ain't shit. Hey, Linda, thanks for the suck, girl, and thanks for the super chat. Love you. Madonna was with Warren Beatty. Yeah, I get that. I could see that pairing. Love you, Breeze, chat, and mods. You all have kept me afloat over the past 6 months. I love that, babe. Congratulations again. I'm happy for you. Susan Cook super stickered me. Thank you, Susan Cook. Now, that's one I met in real life. Susan Cook. She doesn't want to know this, but I won't say what forest, but she lives under a leaf in the forest. Fun fact. So does Catherine B. Different forest, different forest. But Susan Cook is like a Polly Pocket. She's tiny and she lives underneath a leaf. And Catherine B lives under a leaf, but she is the CEO of Starbucks. So she rides a fox to work every day. Fun little fact. Fun little fact. Thank you for your super sticker. Shirley, I forgot about that. Shirley MacLaine is Warren Beatty's sister. Ooh, that sucks. Ooh, you're having soup though. That makes up for it. Who boned who? I think we're talking about Warren Beatty boning a bunch of people at this point, Nancy. I was confused. I thought Christy Simon? No. Who is it? I don't know. Whoever that lady was that sings so far away. Blee, 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 dee, 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 dee. I thought she boned James Taylor, but I'm wrong. I am wrong about that. He boned everybody in Hollywood. Here's my question. Do you think he still bones people? Hey, Mop Man, Carole King, that was it. Do you think that Warren Beatty, he's old. Do you think Warren Beatty is still boning people? Do you think he cheats? I don't. I don't think Annette Bening would put up with that. Like, she makes my butthole pucker. She makes me nervous. Annette Bening is like, you know that she doesn't take any shit. I just don't think she would. She seems incredibly like she knows life. She knows my life. She knows your life. Like, she calls the shots before they even come out to play. I was wondering if Warren Beatty cheats on his wife. I think he's cheated on his wives. I don't think that he cheats on Annette Bening. I don't think anybody would have. I don't think anybody could cheat on Annette Bening. I just think she seems a little bit too terrifying, right? I just think she's a strong one. Did he marry Madonna, Mopman? Warren Beatty was married. He's 89. Ooh, wow, he is extra crispy. He was also with Natalie Wood. He had too big of a sex drive for her. Well, that's a weird thing to say. That wouldn't happen with me, and it certainly doesn't every time I go to Ecuador. Although I think that's probably the opposite. I think Tommy would probably be like, it's too much. I'm just kidding. I don't think so at all. Hey, Natalie Travis, is he still alive? Warren Beatty is still alive. I don't think he died. That's always depressing when someone says that about a live person. I've done that so many times. I'm like, didn't he die? Isn't she dead? Didn't she die last spring? No, he's 89. Sorry, Shell. Glad to be feeling more and more like I can join life again. Love that. What was what noise? Hey, Lenora Gray, probably Gertrude. Still long road. You ladies even help even when I don't comment. I'm watching. It's part of my day. We love you, Susan Cook. Guys, prayers for Susan. She's been through it. She had to have a surgery and she's been in pain. And I told you, she's tiny. She's like 2 feet tall. Thank you, Hope. I'm doing okay. I'm happier when I stream. I'm happiest when I'm here. Jack Nicholson did more women than any guy in Hollywood. Well, that's to be understood. Jack Nicholson definitely got around. I liked him with Angelica Houston. I love Angelica Houston. We have the same birthday. That's another person you would never cheat on. You would never cheat on Angelica Houston. I feel like she would murder you in the night and it would be like a slow death. I don't trust that. I don't think you could cheat on Angelica Houston or Annette Bening. Interesting, Mop Man. Yeah, I do love her though. And then I'm going to go, guys. I feel like I'm just wasting your time. I loved Angelica Houston. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies. It's in my probably top 3. Royal Tenenbaums, Wes Anderson movie is so good. Thank you, Hope. He is, Mimi. I agree. Jack Nicholson was a fantastic actor. I don't think he acts anymore. But Angelica Houston, I loved Diane Keaton too. And who just died? I can't think of her name right now. Catherine O'Hara. Loved Catherine O'Hara. Thank you, Hope. Jack Nicholson was an incredible actor, but I don't think I loved Gene Hackman in that. I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. I also, I love Gene Hackman as Royal Tenenbaum. I haven't seen a ton of Gene Hackman movies, but I also liked Gene Hackman, oddly enough. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer is such a classic babe. I know I loved Diane Keaton. I'm not going to get over that for a while. There's some deaths I don't get over, like Tom Petty, Robin Williams, of course, the ones I named earlier. Hey, Sin. Of course, James Gandolfini. But like, there's just certain people I just am not going to get over that. And Diane Keaton's one of them. I loved her so much. I did too, Mad Drop Bear. Royal Tenenbaum, he did such a good job in that role. Natalie Travis, I'm with you. I'm not over it. I don't know who William Daniels is, Eric. Yeah, great film though. Royal Tenenbaums was such a good movie. I do too, Nancy. She says, me too, Sin. She says, I don't think Annette Bening would divorce him if he did. Wait, what? You don't think Annette Bening would divorce him if he cheated on her? Oh, I do. I don't think Annette Bening puts up with shit. I just don't. George Carlin, for sure. That's one I'll never get over. I was raised by him. Yeah, she was. Kim is Blue. I love Diane Keaton. I've been channeling her lately, her wardrobe and just the way that she styled cross necklaces. Oh, I didn't know that, Mary Barons. I just loved her style. I loved her voice. Diane Keaton had the best sense of humor. I just loved her, and I think she was stunning. She was such a beautiful woman. She just seemed like such a cool person. We don't ever know people, right? Like, especially American Beauty was a great movie. We don't know people, especially celebrities, but there are certain ones that I get a good read on. And she was one of them. I feel like she was not evil. She wasn't weird. I just really loved her. Thank you, Zoe. Yeah, no pressure ever, babe. Ever. I mean, we'll be doing Zoom calls forever, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hey, Jen Finberg. I love you. What a nice thing to say. Thank you for sharing your day with us. Wow. That is really kind, Jen Finberg. I love you, babe. Thank you. Thank you. That was a really nice super chat of you. Thank you, babe. I mean that. That was really kind, Jen. That was so kind to end it this way. So I'm going to be on the boat. I don't know why he says don't come to the boat. I don't know what that means. Some kind of reverse psychology action on us. I'm not sure. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to grab a snack. I will be back tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow. Tomorrow might be closer to 5, just so you guys know, but I think we did 5 today. So it's going to be the same. Central Time. Please hit subscribe on your way out because it does unsubscribe you. So please do that unless you decided you hated me. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Hux could have begged to stay with them or fought to stay. He chose you. Thank you, Susan. I love you. I love you, Susan Cook. Thank you for saying that. Me too, Tiffany. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Did you guys do part 2 on the boat? We did it a few days ago, but we're probably going to start doing like it is 7:35 right now. We're probably going to start doing Tommy and I talked about, I don't want to do it once a week. That feels like too much for people, but a lot of people are requesting that I come over there and do stuff with him. And so I might do like every other week, something on the boat. We may take a poll, although that's not a good idea because a lot of people over there don't like me at the same time. Mop Man, thank you. I'm glad you were here, brother. I love Mop Man. I'll see you on the boat probably. And thank you for your super chat. Yeah, it was Saturday, I believe. You too, Mimi. Abigail says, closing, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. A hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. I love that. It's exactly what we were talking about. Old Testament. Abigail, nailed it. Thank you. I appreciate that so much in your super chat. Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, so I will be over there in the chat tonight, but we might start doing something like every other week. I'm not sure, but there are certain true crime topics that I'm interested in that I would like to do content with him over there. And so it's not just Scientology, but there's some actual true crime stuff that I'm like, I'd like to chat with him about that. Tommy is really good at true crime. So mods, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean it. Thank you for being here. Guys, thank you for your time. Okay, Mop Man. And HBH, love you, babe. Thank you for your time. Most of all, thank you for your time. BB, you're adorable. I love you, Stacey Toms, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Please hit subscribe, and I rule. You got it. Love you, Debbie. Love and life. I'm so sorry, I rule. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. And here comes Fred.